Okay, everybody, can you start your video? Okay, we're going to start the lesson now already. Okay, so Rafael is here. Okay, Rafael, can you have a normal background? Okay, yeah, Miss Noy is the first time seeing you. All right, so have a normal background or a blurry background. Okay, but no virtual background. Okay, or you can have a blurry background. Okay, Yvette, same thing. Can you bring your camera down a bit lower? Okay, so everyone start your video, and some more coming. All right, some more coming. Okay, give me a while first, Uh, okay, so get your green pen ready. All right, get your paper, SCGs paper ready, and also your what's the last week paper, which is your CHIJ. So if you need to go through the second half of the CHIJ paper, because last week the recording was not very good, all right? There was no sound for the second half of the paper. So if you need to go through later, you will have to stay back after 9 p.m. Okay, after 9 p.m., we'll be going through the CHIJ paper. All right, but right now we are going through the SCGs paper first. Okay. All right. Okay, let's wait a while first. We still need to message somebody. Okay. Okay, come, let's start. Okay, so Alesta. Okay, Alesta, you have to start your video. All right. Okay.
No, I'm trying. The video is on, however, it's still black screen.
Yeah, you see a black screen. Okay, never mind. Try your best to turn on the video. Okay, but anyway, let's start now. Ready? Okay, now any questions that you want to ask me, you will have to ask me later. All right, later on, so that we don't wait for everyone. So any questions you ask me after about 9 p.m. Once you have gone through everything, so you take note, right? Take note of those questions you want to ask me. Then you ask me after the lesson. Okay, so that we don't waste everybody's time. And then every one of us don't have to wait for the rest. Okay, let's look at question 1. Okay, question 1, and I will go through every single question. So look out for the shortcuts. All right, look out for the methods, the shortcuts, and because shortcuts help you to do faster, methods help you to solve the harder problems easier. Okay, question 1. Now, question 1 is very easy, so don't do mental sums. Right, do the working on the paper. So you have 300,000. Okay, 300,000 plus 2,500. Plus 10. All right, it's very easy. That's why you should not do mental sum, because you may make a mistake, careless mistakes. All right, so add the numbers together, right? You get something like this. So add the digits. All right, so you have 2, 0, and 3. So 302,510. So your answer is number 3. Now, those of you who make a mistake, you must have done mental sums, which is dangerous. Okay, so you should not make any mistake for this question. Okay, number 2, what is the value of 255 and divide by 50? Now, no calculator. So anyone who does this, right, if you do something like this, it's not good. Okay, if you do something like that, this is not good. Why is it not good? Yeah, okay, give me a while first. There are some people who are coming in. Okay, there's a lot of people coming in now. Okay, yeah, so you can't do the working like I showed you just now. You can't do that. So what should you be doing? You should be breaking up into number bonds. 255 divided by 5 divided by 10. So the 50 break up into number bonds. All right, then what do? Then you can see that it's easier to divide. So 255 divided by 5, do your working, and you will get 51, and then divide by 10. Okay, now, again, if you do something like that, nothing wrong with that, okay? Nothing wrong with that. But is there a faster way to get the answer? Yes, you change the whole number, 51, into a decimal, okay? And when you divide by 10, what do? You just have to shift the decimal point to the left. So your decimal point now goes to where? 5.1. All right, so your answer will be what? 5.1 after you divide by 10. So answer is number 2. So shortcut. All right, these are shortcuts. So please don't do this, okay? Don't do this. This is not what the school has taught you. You're supposed to break into number bonds. Okay, right, Jordan, got to on the video. All right, Jordan. Okay, now next one. Okay, now question number 3. So you have to divide fractions. Okay, those who just came in, what's your answer for question 1? Your question 1 is 3. And then question 2, the answer is 2. Okay, all right. Okay, any questions you want to ask, you just put a note there. And then after the lesson, then you ask me, right, about 9 p.m. Okay, question 3, how do you divide the fractions? So you keep the first fraction, change the divide to times, and then flip the second fraction upside down. So keep, change, flip. All right, then cancel. So divide, oh, you can't cancel, right? What do you mean by cancel? You look diagonally, right? You look diagonally, right? If you look diagonally, there's nothing to cancel. And if you look diagonally over here, also nothing to cancel. Then what do? You multiply the numerators. 2 times 4, and then 3 times 7. All right, so what's your answer? 8/21. Answer number 1. So if you can,
Mr. Ong,
yeah, Caleb?
it's supposed to be 7/4, not 4/7.
Yeah. Okay, what did Miss Tong do? Okay, this is a very simple problem and I got it wrong. So keep change flip the fraction upside down. Can cancel already. Yeah. Okay, my apologies. Okay, my apologies. Okay, one more time. So keep the first fraction, change the divide to times, flip the fraction upside down. Okay, then you look diagonally. What is diagonally? Means like that. Okay, diagonally. Cannot cancel, right? Then you look at the other diagonal. All right, the other diagonal, can cancel. So divide by 2, and then 4 divided by 2, you get 2. Okay, so once you cannot cancel already, then what do? Then you multiply the numerators. 1 times 7, and then multiply the denominators. And 3 times 2, you get 7/6. Okay, so what's the answer? The answer is number 4. Okay, Jordan, on the video, Jordan. All right, you're the only one who is not turning on the video. And Jordan is Mr. Ong's son. Okay, so on the video. Okay, so question 3, the answer is 4. Okay, all right, and for those who just come in later, just to let you know that after we go through this paper, we will be going through the CHIJ paper, which is the last week. Okay, the last week paper. So those of you who need to stay back to look at some of the mistakes that you don't understand, you can stay back after 9 p.m. Okay, but if you want to leave early, then you can after this paper you can go already. Okay, after this paper. Okay, let's go to number 4. Okay, number 4. Okay, percentage problem. Peter gave away 20%. Now, what is this percentage talking generally about? It's talking about his marbles, and all his marbles is 100%. So when you see percentage problem, you must always ask yourself, what is it talking about? It's talking about the marbles, and he had 200 marbles left. So that must be 80%, right? You take 100 minus 20, you get 80% left. So 80% is 200 marbles. So how many marbles did he have at first, which is 100%? Shortcut. Okay, there's a shortcut here. What's the shortcut? Jumping. So can you divide by 4? Okay, divide by 4 to get 20. And then 20 times 5 to get 100. So that's a shortcut. And then on the other side, you also do the same. Divide by 4, you get 50. And then 50 times 5, you get 250 marbles at first. So your answer is number 3. Okay, shortcut. So when Mr. Ong says shortcut, you have to take note, right? Pay attention to the shortcut. Okay, question number 5. Okay, ratio. A plank was cut into 2 pieces in the ratio 1:5. Given that the longer piece of the plank was 40 cm, find the length of the shorter plank. Okay, now what I will do is I will use ratio method, which is a very simple, quite easy to solve. You need to label. Okay, when you use ratio method, you have to label the ratio, longer, shorter, and of course there is a total. What is the total length? So the longer ratio is 1:5, right? So that's okay, 5:1. Okay, the plank was cut into the ratio 1:5. So the shorter piece must be 1 unit and the longer piece must be 5 unit. And the total is 6. All right, the longer piece is 40 cm. Isn't that 5 units? Okay, 5 units. So 5 unit is 40. Okay, try not to do everything in your head. All right, many of you find that it's very easy. So you do mentally. And when you do mentally, that's where you make careless mistakes. So even though it's simple, what Mr. will always do is I will still write on the paper, even though it's very simple. Yeah. So what is the length of the shorter plank, which is 8 centimeter? So answer number 1. No matter how simple it is, I will still show the working. Okay, this is what you should be doing. Don't do it in your head, all right? Because there will be careless mistakes if you are not careful. Question number 6. Machine A prints 10,000 cards every 30 minutes. So what is the method here? The method here is machine A, label, 30 minutes. Okay, do something like that, arrow sign. Right, this is under the topic called rates. So you will need to write in this manner, right? 30 minutes is 10,000 cards. And then how about machine B? Now machine B, right, prints 8,000 cards every 30 minutes. So do the same thing, every 30 minutes, that will be 8,000 cards. Okay, this is the This is how you do your rates, have the arrow. So how many more cards does machine A print more than machine B in 1 hour? So you just change it, just put 60 minutes, which is 1 hour. So 1 hour, machine A will print how many cards? Then you times 2, and then the other side, you also times 2, you will get 20,000. Okay, then how about machine B? 1 hour, how many cards? You also times 2, and the other side, you also times 2, and that will give you how many cards in 1 hour, which is 16,000. Okay, and then can you compare already? All right, yeah, Wenrei, you raise your hand.
I take 10,000 and minus 6,000 first, then times 2.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Say again.
I take 10,000.
Also can. 10,000 minus 8,000 also can. Yeah. Okay. So if you get the answer correct in a different way, it's still fine. All right. It's still correct. Right. Most likely it's still correct. Okay. Then what do you do? Compare. Compare the both machines. So 1 hour, machine A prints how many more cards? You take 20,000 and you minus 16,000. So 1 hour, machine A will print 4,000 more cards. Okay. And that's how you get your answer. 4,000 more. So the answer is number 2. All right. So some of you did in a different way, you get the answer correct. Fine. All right. It's still correct. Nothing wrong. Okay, let's go to number 7. Okay, number 7. Okay, what do you do? This is algebra. So even though you haven't learned, but we still have to go through. So 20, write down 20 minus, what is 3x? 3x means 3 times x, or 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12, and then plus 2. Okay, what is 3x? 3x means 3 times x, 3 times 4. Okay, then your 4 operations. What do you do first? The minus. Do the minus first, all right? Because minus and plus, they are the same. Do whichever comes first. And then 8 plus 2, and you get your answer, 10. Answer number 3. Okay, yep. Okay, question number 8. How do you find the parameter of the semicircle? And your answer must be in terms of pi. And the diameter of the semicircle is 28 cm. Okay, those of you who are in my groups, you should know that your answer has pi, right? When you write your answer, there's a pi inside your answer. So there's no 22/7, and there is no 3.14. So you don't have to use all this because the question never asks you to use. So how do you find the perimeter of the semicircle? First of all, you have to find the circumference. And how do you find the circumference? Half. Because it's a semicircle. So half times, what's the formula? Pi d. Okay, you must use the correct formula, not pi r square. Pi r square is area, but because you're finding perimeter, you need to find circumference of the semicircle first. So half times pi d. What is pi? Pi is still the same. And what is your diameter? Diameter is 28. And what is diameter? Diameter is a line that cuts the circle into half. Okay, how do you recognize the diameter? It is a line that cuts the circle into half. Okay, then no calculator, what do you do? 2 divided by 2 is 1, 28 divided by 2 is 14. So 14 times pi, that will be 14 pi. So the circumference of the semicircle is 14 pi, but that's not perimeter. Perimeter means what? You have to take the circumference plus the straight line. So 14 pi plus 28, answer number 2. Okay, perimeter is not circumference. Circumference means to find how long is the curved line. Perimeter means what? Perimeter means you have to find the circumference plus the straight line. Do you understand? Any question? Clear? Okay, right? Okay, let's go on to number 9. Okay, number 9. The figure not drawn to scale shows a square base of side 10 centimeter. So what is square base? Every side of the square is 10. And water is filled to a height of 12 cm. All right, go and do some drawing now. Okay, go and do some drawing. So this is the water in the container, and it is filled to a height of 12 cm. So what is the volume of the water in the cuboid? Then what's your formula? Length times breadth times height of the water to find the volume of the water, right? So you take length times breadth of the cuboid times height of the water. Okay, shortcut. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 12 is 12. And then there are 2 zeros, so put 2 zeros behind. So what is the volume of the water? 1,200 cm3. Okay, all right, let's go on to number 10. Okay, number 10. Okay, in the figure below, okay, any questions you ask later, okay? So that everybody don't waste. Okay, you just put a note there. Any question you want to ask, you just put a note there. Okay, but if you see Mr. make a mistake, if you see Mr. make a mistake, raise both hands. Okay, then you better call out loudly. If you see Mr. make a mistake. Okay, but when did Mr. make a mistake? No, right? Okay, any mistake, then you must tell me already. Okay, let's look at in the figure below. X, Y, and WZ are straight lines. So where are the straight lines? So this is a straight line, and that is a straight line. Okay, so which angles do not add up to 180 degrees? Okay, if you look carefully, can you see angle A, angle B on a straight line? So they will add together, become 180. So number one is yes. Okay, and the student put a tick there, but don't copy the student. Okay, so answer one is correct. How about the other one? If you look at A plus E, how about number two? Is it A plus E equal to 180? And yes, angle A and angle E also on a straight line, which is a red color line. So that is also correct. Okay, how about C plus D plus E? And if you look at C plus D plus E, it is also on the red line. Also on the red line. So add together also 180. Okay, next one. How about A plus E plus D? Where's your A? A is here. Where's your E? E is here. And where's your D? D is here. And guess what? There is a line here. So do you think the black, can you see the black lines? Are they a straight line? Yeah, the three black angles do not add together 180 because the two black lines that you see, they are not a straight line. Okay, they are not a straight line. So number 4 is the answer. Okay, so number 4 is the answer already. Because why? They don't add up to be 180 degrees because they are not on a straight line. Okay, yep. Okay, let's go on. Okay, Li Wen, gonna start your video, Li Wen. Otherwise, we're not going to kick you out of the room already. Okay, now question 11. Rosie, Susie, and Tabby shared the cost of a present, which is $90. Rosie paid 3 times as much as Susie. Tabby paid the same amount as Susie. So which of the following number sentence shows the money Rosie paid for the present? Now, if you don't know how to do, you find it a bit confusing. What's the method? Draw a model. Okay, so how do you draw a model? Rosie paid 3 times, draw a rectangle, right? And Susie paid 1 box or 1 time, and Tabby paid the same amount as Susie. And together, they paid $90. So which sentence shows the money Rosie paid, which is the question mark? So what do? You take 90, right? 90 and divide by 5 boxes. Am I correct? To find how much is 1 unit, right? 1 unit. And then later, what must you do later? You have to take the answer times 3. Yeah? 90 divided by 5 to find how much is 1 unit. Then later times 3 because Rosie has 3 units. So which is the answer? Now your answer has to be number 4. Why number 4? Because if you choose, if you look at the bracket, what is bracket? Bracket means you must do that first. You must do the bracket first. So it has to be number 4. 90 divided by 5 times 3. Got it? So what's the method here? Draw a model, write a simple model. Okay, copy down. If you need to copy down, do it a bit faster. Okay, question 12. The student has done something for you already. I think so. All right. The figure is made of 4 squares. I think the original diagram. This is A, right? This is B, and this is C. This was the original diagram. And then there's a big square lah. Okay, that's a big square. All right, this was the original diagram. So what's the ratio of the shaded to the total area? So you look at the big square D, right? Look at the big square D. You can cut it into what the student has done, into smaller squares. Yeah, and then you can find the ratio of the shaded, which is 2, to the total area. So what's the total area? Total area is how many boxes? Which is 12 boxes. 2 is to 12. So what's the simplest form? 1 is to 6, because you divide by 2, right? To get 1 is to 6. So answer number 4. Okay, so this question has been done a little bit by the student. Okay, let's go to number 13. Okay, number 13, percentage again. Jenny paid $48 for a wallet during a sale. she was given a discount of $32. What percentage discount was given for the wallets? Shortcut. Okay, shortcut, take notes. How do you get the percentage discount? You just have to write your fraction. So the numerator is the discount, which is $32. Okay, the numerator. And what's the denominator? The denominator is the usual price. Or what do you start with? What do you start first? You start with so what was the usual price before the discount? You take 48. This is not the usual price. This is the discounted price. So you have to plus the discount to get the price at first. And the price at first is $80. Yep. So how do you get the percentage discount? Get your fraction. The numerator is the discount. The denominator is the price at first. Okay, the original price. Okay, shortcut. You can either make the denominator 100 or you can times 100%. So let's try to make the denominator 100. So I can divide by 4. Okay, 32 divided by 4. Yep. Okay, and then I make the denominator 100, 20 times 5, and then 8 times 5. So once the denominator is 100, how many percent discount? 40% discount. That's a shortcut. Okay, the shortcut. You understand? Okay, you can do faster in this way. All right, otherwise it'll be taking a long time to get the percentage discount. Okay, question 14. Right, question 14 is this one is a trick question. Let's see, hopefully you get this correct. Now, Benny wants to make some banners. Each banner is 2 meters in length. Okay, he bought bales of cloth each, and each measuring 11 meters. So how many banners can Benny make with 4 bales of cloth? And no banners are made by joining the pieces together. Okay, now did anybody, all right, take note, okay, did anyone do this way? You take 1 bale is 11 meters, and there are 4 bales, so you times 4. So did anyone do this? So you find the total length. Yeah, you find the total length, right? Okay, and then after that, what do? You can divide, you can take 44 meters and then divide by 2. And you will get 20. You get what? You get 22, right? 22 pieces. All right, now, is this correct? This is not correct. Why is it not correct? Because you are actually combining the 4 bales into one giant bale. So in reality, do you have one giant bale in Popular Bookshop? You don't have one big long bale. You only got 4 bales, right? You cannot combine them into one giant row. Okay, so this way is wrong already, all right? So what is the proper way, or what is the correct way to do it? You are supposed to look at 1 bale. Okay, look at 1 bale first. 1 bale is how long? 1 bale is 11 meters, all right? 1 bale, yeah, look at 1 bale first. And this 1 bale can make how many banners? You divide by 2. 1 banner is 2 meters. So I can make 5 banners, and there's a remainder 1. Okay, what is the remainder 1? Which is the 1 meter left. Not enough to make another banner. Okay, 1 bale, I can make 5 banners. I got 4 bales, 4 bales. Then how many banners can I make? I have to times 5 to get 20 banners. So how many banners can I make with 4 bales? 20. Yeah, so you cannot combine the bales together because it's not practical, it's not realistic, okay? It's not realistic, right? You have 4 separate bales. So you have to look at 1 bale and see how many banners can you cut from 1 bale, and then later times 4. All right, okay? Yeah, okay, let's go on to number 15. Okay, now WXYZ is made of 4 identical triangles. The perimeter of figure WXYZ is 60 cm. What's the area of 1 triangle? Method, when you see something identical, look for equal sides, look for equal parts. Like for example, this side and this side, they are the same, right? Because they are identical triangles. So look for equal parts and divide by 2. Yeah. And then this side is also identical. And then what else? This side also identical. What's the method? When you have identical shapes, look for something equal, look for something similar, and call them units, or look for identical parts, and then this is what you do, right? You can call them units, and then every part is the same. All right, what's the perimeter? 60, right? So can I find how long is each of these longer side? Yes, I take 9 times 4. 9 times 4 is 36. Yep. And then plus question mark, plus another question mark, and that gives me 60. Clear? Then how do you find the question mark? Then you just take 60 minus 36. I get 24, and then divide by 2, right? So the question mark is 12. So the height of the triangle must be 12 cm. Yeah. And how do you know it's the height? Because you have the right angle, right? The base and the height, they are right angle to each other. That's why it's called the height. Okay. So what's the area of one triangle? Then half times base times height. Yeah. So half times 9 times 12, or half times 12 times 9, same. So divide by 2 and divide by 2. So 9 times 6, 54. So what's the area of one triangle? Number 1. All right. Understand? Okay, Suren? Yeah. Okay, look for identical shapes. If you see something identical, then look for equal parts and then go and divide to get how long is one part. Okay, now any questions so far before we move on to the open-ended? All right, so any questions, Wenrei?
No.
Okay, the rest of you, no questions? Then we're going to go on already to the next one. Okay, question 16. Now, question 16 to 20, your 1 mark question, very easy to do well, but don't do mental sums, okay? Because it's dangerous. Now, how do you change this into a percentage? Fraction is percentage best friend. Okay, just remember, always have fractions if you want to get a percentage. So can you change the decimal into a fraction? And once the denominator is 100, how many percent? 5%. Okay, all right. So change the decimal into a fraction and then make the denominator 100 and the numerator is your percentage. Okay, how about number 17? Number 17, 5 kilometer and 45 meter is how many kilometer? This is something I won't do mental sum. I will change it to meters. 5,000 plus 45, that will be 5,045 meters. Yeah. And you need to change it to kilometer, right? Kilometer. So how do you change to kilometer? Now, can you see small unit to big unit, small to big? What must you do? Divide. You have to divide. Okay, how to divide? You take 5,045 and divide by 1,000. Anybody do this? Okay, if you do this, this is not good. Okay, you should not be doing this. You should not be doing this working. Okay, this is not good. Okay, not good. You should change the whole number into a decimal. Create a decimal point. All right, change the whole number into a decimal and shift 1, 2, and 3. And what is the decimal? 5.045. So how many kilometer? 5.045 kilometer. There shouldn't be a lot of working. If you're doing a lot of working, there's something wrong already because this is only 1 mark. All right, it's only 1 mark. All right, should not be doing working. Okay, question 18. Okay, question 18, algebra. So what do you do? If you don't know how to do, you circle, okay? Circle the groups, right? You haven't learned yet, but this is what you will learn. Circle the groups, right? Your group starts with a plus or minus, circle and circle, okay? And then put the groups with the same kind together. Like, do you see the whole numbers? So you put the groups with the whole numbers together. That's a -5. So put together with the other whole number. And then all the groups with the letter Y's. Okay, all the groups with the letter Y's, you put them together. All right, side by side. Put them side by side, like this. So you rearrange. Okay, rearrange them. And then you can now work out already. What is 45 minus 5? Which is 40. What is 19 minus 3y? 19 minus 3y is 16y. And then later you have to plus 10y. Yep. Okay, then again, 40 plus 16y plus 10y will be 26y. So your answer will be 40 plus 26y. Got it? All right, so you circle. All right, circle the groups with and put them together. Put the groups with the same kind together side by side. Okay, let's go to question 19. All right, question 19. Okay, Suren, you raise your hand. Suren?
For question 18, right?
Question 18.
Question 18.
Yeah,
Is it plus, is it divide 10y or is it plus 10y?
it's a plus. There's no divide. It's plus and minus for question 18. All right. Okay, Wen Rui.
Must we do it in arrangement?
Sorry, say again.
Must we do it in order like?
Okay,
Can
must you rearrange? Must you rearrange? Now you don't have to if you know how to do. If you know how to do, you don't have to.
So I can write 45 minus 5
Okay.
10y. I could switch the arrangement around.
Now you can switch around as long as you still get, if you still get the same answer, most likely, okay, Miss Ong say most likely you are correct. Okay, most likely. Miss Ong has to look at your steps. Okay, yeah. So you can switch around, you can do whatever you want. As long if your answer is correct, then most likely you're doing correctly. All right, most likely. Okay. All right. So let's go to question 19. Question 19. A pail filled with 37 liters of water is poured into the tank below. All right, so do some drawing, right? And then you have some water, right? Some water in the tank already, right? So do some drawing, and then how much water inside the pail now, which is 37 liters. So how much more water is needed to fill the tank to the brim? So you can see that there's still some more empty space, right? So how much more water can you still fill the tank to the brim, which is the question mark? Okay, maybe I should change the red color arrow into a question mark. So how much more water is needed to fill the tank to the brim? Okay, so how do you find the question mark? So lesson here, draw a picture. Okay, if you don't know how to do, then use a picture to help you to understand. So can I find the question mark? Yes, I find the volume of the whole container. So length times breadth times height of the container. Okay, shortcut. 9 times 2, 18. 18 times 6, do working. Okay, you have to do working already. 18 times 6. So if you do working, I think that will be 108. Okay, 18 times 6. Okay, but please don't do mental sum. Okay, this one is doing some mental sum. So let me just double check. 18 times 6 is 108. And then how many zeros do you see? There are 3 zeros. Okay, so that is the volume of the container. And change it to what? Change it to liters. Why liters? Because you can see there is a 37 liters there, right? So how many more liters can you pour to fill the whole tank? Then you take 108 liters and you minus 37 liters to get how much more? Okay, so I'll use my calculator to do a bit faster. So 108 minus 37, if you do your working correctly, you should get 71 more liters. Correct? Okay, these 1 mark questions, they are not very hard, so you should try to score in these questions. Okay, yeah, Suren?
Can we like change the 37 equals change it to like
Yeah, you can change it to 37,000, but then you have big numbers lah. If you have big numbers, then you have to be more careful already because you have so many digits, right? So if you want to do carefully, then you change it to liters, and then you have lesser digits, right? Lesser digits. Okay. All right. Question 20. Okay, let's go down. What is angle X? Okay, angle X. Okay, now, any questions? Can you just put a note there? Put a note there. You can ask me after the lesson. All right, otherwise we can't finish the lesson late at 9 p.m. Okay, so what is angle X? Okay, so any questions? Write down on the notes, or write down a notes beside the question number so that you don't forget. All right. Okay, how do you find the angle X? You take angle at a point minus all the angles that you see. Angle at a point. All right, now do less minus. Okay, lesson here. Do less minus and do more plus. Like some of you take 360 minus 30 minus 90 minus 25. Now minus is harder than plus. So what you should do is you do more plus. 30 plus 90 plus 25, so that you don't make careless mistake. Because when you do minus, there's a tendency to minus wrongly, but adding is easier. So 30 plus 90 plus 25, you get 145 degrees. And then all you have to do is just do 1 minus. Yeah, just 1 minus only. So 360 minus 145 degrees. And you do your minus carefully and you will get angle X, which is 215 degrees. So lesson here, do more adding. Do more adding. Okay, don't do so many minus. All right, otherwise you borrow wrongly, you lend wrongly, then that's your careless mistake already. Okay, question 31. All right, question 31. And okay, shortcut. those of you who have done 5 divided by 8 can, but it's a bit longer. All right. So what is the shortcut? 8 is a special number. You can change the 8 into 1,000. And how do you get your decimal? You just make the denominator into a 10, 100, or 1,000. Okay, how to get decimal? Just make the denominator into a 10, 100, or 1,000. So 8 times 125 is 1,000. And then 5 times 125 will be 625 out of 1,000. And what's your decimal? 0.625. Okay, so you don't have to do dividing because 8 is a special number. You can do faster. All right. Okay, how about the next one? Next one, you have to know how to multiply your decimal. So you times 6. Okay, so how to multiply? So 4 times 6, 24, carry 2. And 2 times 6 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14, carry 1. All right, and you may want to bring down the decimal point. And then 0 times 6 is 0, and then plus 1. So what is your answer? 1.44. So nothing very hard about this. Okay. So make sure you know how to multiply, how to plus, minus, divide, and times decimal. Okay, let's go to 22, right? 22. Okay, question 22 coming down. Okay, lesson here, model drawing. When you see fractions, draw model. Now, don't, okay, some of you think that it's very easy, but sometimes overconfidence gets you into trouble when you're overconfident. So I will still draw the model. And how do I draw the model? This fraction is talking generally about what? It's talking about it, which is the pizza. This fraction is talking generally about the remainder. So are the two fractions talking about the same thing? Are they talking about the same group? No. Then if you make the denominator the same, or if anyone go and take 1/5 or 1/5 plus 1/3, or you're wrong already. Because when you plus or minus, you are actually making the denominator the same when you plus or minus, which is wrong. So method, model drawing. And how do we draw the model? You should try to learn to draw the model because it's really easy. So the first fraction is talking about the pizza, and you cut the pizza into 5 boxes and up to 8. So you label. And where's the remainder? The remainder is on the right side. Okay, the remainder is over here. Okay, this is the remainder. And go to the second fraction, and you will need to cut the remainder into 3 boxes. So can you cut the remainder into 3 boxes? I cannot. Then what do? I droop down the remainder, okay? And I can now cut into 3 boxes already. Okay, so what? And then must label, okay, please label. So he gave away 1/3 of the remainder to the sister. And what fraction of the pizza was left? So this must be the leftover. Now your model is almost done, but it's not completely done because the boxes are different. Right? You have to make the boxes to be equal. So how to make the boxes equal? Very easy. Okay, look at the smaller boxes on top. You just put 3. Okay, why 3? Because below there are 3 bigger boxes. Right? So you cut every small box into 3 units. Right? Every small box into 3 units. And every bigger box will be 4 units. Because on top, there are 4 units. Do you understand? And if you count the remainder, there are 12 units on top, and there are 12 units below. Same. That's how you cut them equally. And then over here, also do the same. So now can you find your fraction? So what fraction of the whole pizza? So the whole pizza is the entire rectangle, which is 15 units, all right, was left. So how many units was left? Which is 8 units left. So 8 out of 15. So you can see that there is no there are no steps. If you draw the model, you don't have any steps. You got it? But if you don't draw the model, you have to do this and that, no plus and minus and all these things, right? Otherwise, there's no step if you draw the model. Okay, let's go to question 23. All right. Okay, Karina, any questions? You just take note. Okay, take note. All right. So anyway, this week is holiday, right? So you can sleep a bit later, right? Right. Okay, let's go to question 23. Okay, this is the one. Now, Jeremy bought some chocolates and kaya donuts. 40% is talking about what? Talking about the donuts, all right? So 40% of the donuts, okay, 40% of the donuts. So the donuts must be all 100%. And 40% are chocolate, right? His sister gave him the same number of chocolate donuts bought. Okay, so did the percentage of kaya donut increase, decrease, or remain the same? Now, you cannot guess, right? You have to prove it. You have to show whether is it true or is it decrease or is it increase. So how do you do it? How do you prove it? This is a before and after problem. So what's the method? If it's a before and after problem, there are two methods, table method or model drawing, right? Before and after model or your table method. So we are going to use the table method. So you have the before, change, after. Yep. And then you must label chocolate, kaya. So for this table method, you must have at least two kinds of things to compare. If there's only one kind, you can't use the table method, and there's a total. Okay. All right, so put the numbers inside. Read the first sentence. Jeremy bought some chocolate and kaya donuts. 40% are chocolate. So you put down 40%. The total must be 100%. And the kaya must be 60%. All right. Okay, his sister gave him the same number of donuts. Okay, so what is the same number? Isn't that another 40%? Right, the sister gave him the same number of chocolate donuts bought. So how many percent of chocolate donuts did she buy? 40%. So the sister gave him the same number, which is also another 40%. So how many percent? So how many percent do you think? How many percent will be how many percent already? 80%, right? 80%, right? Okay, yeah. And then what is the total in the end? What is the total in the end? The total must still be 100%, right? The total in the end must still be 100%, right? So what do? Then the total in the end must still be a special 100%, which is a new total. So how many percent of kaya in the end must be 20%, right? 20% kaya in the end. Okay, and then did the percentage of kaya donut increase, decrease, or remain the same? You can see that kaya become lesser. So 60% now become 20%. Okay, but is it correct to do this way? Is it correct to do this way? Miss Ong test you, Miss Ong purposely do this. Is it correct to do this way?
Isn't the after total supposed to be 140%?
Yeah, so Mr. is asking you, is it correct to do this way?
No.
Okay, now, so
No.
there is something wrong which I'm doing over here. Something wrong. Yeah, something wrong. Okay, now, let me tell you something. If you are confused with percentage, okay, like many of you, right, you're confused with percentage, what do? Okay, now you can change the what? Okay, I purposely do this way to show you that something is wrong. Okay, but if you're confused with percentage, what do? Do you know that you can change the percentage into ratio? Okay, let me just erase all this, okay? And do you know that you can use ratio? Use ratio to what? To prove the statements. Okay, so we are going to use ratio, and then what happened? Then we don't have to think about percentage already, right? Then there's nothing to think about percentage. So let's use ratio. Okay, and I want you to open your eyes very big, because if you're confused, then you can always use ratio, and there will be no percentage in your ratio. Okay, here we go. Now, 40% of the donuts are chocolate. Okay, so let me just write down 40% chocolate, 60% kaya, 100% total. So 40 is to 60 is to 100, and then change it to simplest form. All right, simplest form, divide by what? Divide by 10, divide by 10, divide by 10, and then divide by 2, get the answer 2, divide by 2, and then divide by 2. Okay, so what's the ratio at first? 2 is to 3 is to 5 units. Okay, units. All right. Okay, now then what happened? Then his sister gave him the same number of chocolate donuts plus 2 units. Then what's the total chocolate donuts in the end? 4 units. Yep. And then what's unchanged? The kaya donut is unchanged. Okay, kaya is unchanged, so no change. So what's the total in the end? 7 units. And you can do part B already. You can do part B already. So what's the ratio of chocolates to kaya donut in the end? Isn't that 4 is to 3, right? Chocolates to donut chocolates to kaya in the end. 4:3. That's your part B. Do you understand? Okay, but we haven't done part A yet lah. This is part B only. Okay, so did the percentage of kaya donut increase, decrease, or what? Okay, let's double check. Now, can you look at the percentage here? 40%, 60%, and 100%. Okay, so let's look at the after. So how many chocolate donuts are there in the end? So what do? You take 4 out of 7. Okay, let me just erase all these. Okay, let me just erase all these. So you take 4 out of 7, okay, which is the chocolate donuts in the end. We are finding the percentage of chocolate donuts in the end. Okay, so how do you find the percentage? You just have to times 100%. Okay, because we can't make the denominator 100, so you times 100%. All right, and you have 400 out of 7. And then you get a very long decimal. So what do? Never mind, change it into a mixed number. So I'm going to just use my calculator quickly, and 400 divided by 7. If you do correctly, so what is the fraction? So your fraction will be 57 and 1/7% of chocolate. 57 and 1/7% of chocolate. And how do you get 57 and 1/7%? You have 4 units of chocolates in the end. So what is the percentage of chocolates in the end? 4/7. Why over 7? Because the total is 7, right? 4/7 times 100. And the total in the end is, okay, total in the end is 100%, right? There's a special total in the end, 100%. You minus 57.5, you will get 41, 42, and 6/7%. Am I correct? And now, can you compare the kaya before and after? Right? Can you compare? So how do you compare? You can see there's a decrease. From 60%, it became 42%. So there is a decrease. So the answer is what? The answer is decrease. Okay, got it? Understand? So this for part A may not be easy, all right, for part A. But for part B, seems like a bit easier if you change it to ratio, right? You change the percentage to ratio, then you can see that your part B is quite easy to get. Okay, part A may be a little hard to get. Okay, are you clear so far? Any question? Aiden? Okay, do you want me to go through? Anyone wants me to go through this again? Raise your hand. Mr. can go through this again. Are you clear? Okay. All right, then let's look at the next one. Question 24. All right, question 24, what is the method? Ratio method. You can turn the fraction into ratio. You can change the percentage into ratio like what you saw just now. So for this question, you can change the fraction into ratio. So the price of the pencil is 3 units and the notebook is 5, 3:5. Okay, ratio. And the price of the eraser is half. So half is also a fraction and you convert into ratio. So eraser is 1 and the pencil is 2. Okay. And then once you have convert to ratio, compare what is the same. The pencil is the same, right? But the number is different. So you have to make them equal. Times 2 and then times 3. So this ratio times 2. And this whole ratio, you have to times 3. Understand? All right, Karina? Okay. All right, then what do? Then you have a new ratio. 6:10, and then 3:6. And once you make the pencil to have the same number, you call them units. You can call them all units. Call them the same family. All right, so what's the ratio of the pencil to the notebook to the eraser? So what comes first? Pencil to the notebook to the eraser. So your answer has to be 6:3, 6:10:3. Okay, understand? So what's the method here? The method here is ratio method. Or you can also draw a model. Okay, you can also draw a model. Okay, Miss, I'll just have a quick check to see whether are we doing correctly so far. And I think so far everything is correct. Okay, the answer key is also correct. Yeah, yep, everything is correct. Okay, I'm not looking at the answer key actually. Only when there's a need to look at it, then I look at it. Okay, let's look at question 25. Okay, question 25, let's move on. Yep. Okay, 25, what's the method? Yeah, Wenrei, question?
Question 25, cannot see the thing.
Oh yeah, cannot see. But you can try to guess lah. You can try to guess. Okay, now this is how you should try to draw. Okay, can you see something? Okay, I'm trying to draw for you. Okay, something like this. So you can still draw, even though you can't really see clearly. Okay, yeah. So something like this. Okay, so you may want to touch up the lines. Okay, okay, something like that. Better? And there's one here, one more line. Okay, all right, so let's read the question. And the solid is made of identical 2 cm cube. So what is a 2 cm cube? It means that every side of the cube is 2 cm. So even if you don't know how to do, what should you do? Okay, now, okay, anyone who finds volume, all right, if you find the volume of the cube, or you try to find the volume of the whole cuboid or the whole figure, still 0 marks, because the question asks you to find area. This problem is actually area problem, right? How to find area. Okay, Katrina painted the entire surface, including the bottom of the solid, right? The entire surface. So what do you mean? It means that all the phases that you can see on this figure are painted, all right? So can you find how many phases are painted? So how? There is a shortcut, okay, shortcut. Okay, so you have to, what is a shortcut? To find how many phases are painted, I want you to look at the top view. Okay, top view, how many phases are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 phases above, from above. Looking down, there are 6 phases. Bottom, no need to count. Okay, bottom will be the same. Okay, no need to count. This is a shortcut. So you don't have to randomly count the phases. You just count the phases from the top, and then from the bottom will be the same. And then you look at the front view. Okay, front view. How many phases would you see? So you count 1, 2, 3, and 4. So from the front view, there are 4 phases. Yep, am I correct? And then opposite side, how about the back view? The back view, you don't have to count. Will also be 4. Okay, also be the same. Then what's the next step? How about the side view? Side view will be how many phases? So if you look at the side view, how many phases are painted? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 phases painted from the side view. Then how about the opposite view? Opposite, also 6. Okay, this is how you count the phases. All right, then you add up all the phases. So you have 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus what? 12 plus 4 is 16. All right, plus another 16. So how many phases are painted all together? There are 32 phases painted. 32 square phases painted all together. So what is the area of all these phases? So you just have to find the area of one phase. So what's the area of one phase? Which is 2 times 2, or 2 cm times 2 cm. That's the area of one phase. So what is the total surface area? Then you take all the surface, all the phases, and you times the area of one phase. Okay, the area of one square phase. And that will give you the total surface area, which is 128 centimeters square. Okay, do you understand? Okay, this is how you count the phases, right? So you count the top view, then the bottom view is the same. You count the side view, then the other side also the same. You count the front, what view? The front view, then the back view also the same. Then you add up all the phases to find how many phases are there. Then you find the area of one square face, and you can multiply by how many phases. That is called total surface area. Do you understand? Do you understand? Did your teacher teach that to you? Or haven't yet, Haven't yet. Okay, this is how you find the total surface area. Okay, we're coming to the end soon already, all right? That's why Mr. can't let you have too many questions to ask. Otherwise, we can't finish on time. Okay, but you can ask me later. Okay, let's go to question 26. Okay, let me just question 26. Okay, now this one. Okay, this is the one that that caught you a bit, that made you a bit hard. I mean, that was a bit hard, right? But you must remember that it's a 2-mark question. There is always something simple about hard questions. It looks hard, but there's always something simple about it. So after what I go through, you will realize that it's actually very simple. Now the figure not drawn to scale shows a square within a circle. Given that the square has an area of 196 centimeters square, where is the square? Here. And this square has an area of 196. And what is the area of the circle? Okay. Now you can see that it's made of four triangles. I take the square area and I divide by 4 to get the area of one triangle. Okay, and what do I get? So you take 196 divided by 4. The area of one triangle is how many? So 196 divided by 4, I get 49. So the area of one triangle is 49. Am I correct? Yep. Okay, now this is a trick. Okay, look carefully. The 4 triangles are the same. Look at this triangle. If I take out this triangle and I put over here, and I have another 49. Am I correct? That will be what? That will be is it 49? Let me see. 196 divided by 4. 196 divided by 4, I get 49. And then okay, then I put the triangle there. So what do I get? I get 98, right? Let me see, 98. Okay. Did I make a mistake somewhere? So 49, 196 divided by 4, I get 49. 49 times 2, I get 98. And 98. Okay, I still can't find that, right? 7 times 7. I still can't. Okay, can I come back to you on this later, right? So that you don't have to wait for me. All right, let me come back to you on this later so that you don't wait for me to think about how to continue. Okay, let's look at question 27 first. Let's go on. Now, in the figure below, KAB and JAD are straight lines. So when you see straight lines, when you see lines that are parallel, okay, what do? Look out for the very important property. What is the very important property? The angles between 2 lines that are parallel, right? The angles between 2 lines that are parallel add together is 180. Okay, very important property. So remember this property because it will help you to do the harder questions in the paper too. So this angle here must be 70. Okay, 180 minus 110, you get 70. Okay, what is your JAK, which is over here? So isn't the answer 70? Because there is a X. So your JAK is 70 degrees because X, okay, because of 2 lines that cross each other. So answer 70 degrees. Got it? Okay, so angles between 2 lines that are parallel add together equal 180 degrees. Okay, let's go to question 28 quickly. Okay, question 28, and ABCD is a square, BEC is an equilateral triangle. What is angle AFC? Okay, so let's look at angle AFC. Put the question mark there. Where is the question mark? AFC over here. And there are some more things that you must do. You will need to put the equilateral triangle, put the markings. You have to put down the markings to show all sides are equal. And then what else? Okay, once you've done all this already, what do? Don't care about the question mark, right? Look for other angles you can find. Right angle at the corners of squares. And when you cut the square into half, you cut the right angle into 45 degrees. And there is an equilateral triangle. So this is 60. This is also 60. All right, you can put the angle outside so that you don't make the drawing messy. Can you see the equilateral triangle? So go and put all these easy angles inside. Okay, all right. And then what else? What else can you find? Then if you look carefully, there is a right angle at the corner. Can you see the corner of the square? There's a right angle there. So if that is a right angle, this is a right angle, then can I find inside the isosceles triangle, if you look at this isosceles triangle, there are two sides equal. Can I find this angle here and this angle? Yes, I can. What do? I take 180 minus 90 and 60. Am I correct? Minus 90 and minus 60. And then I divide by 2. Are you clear? All right, so 180 minus 90 minus 60, you get 30, 30 divided by 2, 15. And then when put 15 degrees and here 15 degrees. Okay, what else can you find? Anything else you can find? Yeah, I can find some more. There's a lot of things I can find. So again, you can see that you cut the square, the right angle into half. So this angle here must be how many degrees? This must be 45 minus 15, right? Can you see that? Right, you cut the what? You cut the right angle in the square into half. So that'll be 30 degrees. So now can you find your question mark, which is AFC? So how to find that question mark, which is inside this green color triangle? So what's the question mark? You take 180 minus 30 and minus 45, and you get your question mark. So what do you get? So 180 minus 30 and minus 45, and you get 105 degrees. And make sure, okay, you got to make sure that the size of the angle size is bigger than 90, right? If you look at the angle size, it's bigger than 90. So your answer has to be more than 90. Cannot be less than 90. That's how you double check. You look at the angle size. Okay, yeah, so the answer is 105 degrees. Okay, 2 more questions and then we are done. Okay, clear? Okay, question 29. Okay, question 29, folding method. There's a method here. When you fold something and you unfold it, you have 2 triangles that look the same. So where are the 2 triangles that look the same? Can you see the green color triangle here? This green color triangle, after you unfold it, right, it will be the same as this other green color triangle. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Mr. is trying to draw nicely. Okay, something like that. Okay, something like that. Okay, so these 2 triangles are identical. All right, then what do? You just put down 20. Okay, 20. And then the other angle here, no need to think, 20. Okay, when you unfold or when you fold a paper and you unfold it, there'll be 2 triangles that are identical. So everything you see inside one triangle, everything, whatever you see in one triangle will be the same as the other triangle. Okay, got it? Okay, then what else can you find? All right, can I find this angle here? What is this angle here? Yeah, because there is if you look carefully, what's this angle? So 180 minus 20 minus 55, you get 105 as well. Okay, so this is 105. Okay, 105. So this angle here must also be what? Also be 105. Okay, 105 degrees. Okay, what else can you find? Is there anything else you can find? Can you see this angle here? What is this angle here? And by the way, it's not quite easy because this question, even though you know the method, but it may not be easy. Okay, why not easy? Because you need to find this red color angle. So 180 minus 55, you get 135. So where is the 135? The 135 is where? Where is that 135? Okay, where is that 135? Which is, let me see, where is that 135? Okay, let me see, where's that 135? Okay, this one is a bit, let me double check again. 55, 105, and 135. Hang on for a while. Let me just draw a bit nicely. Okay, draw a bit nicely. And 135. 105. And oh, what did Mr. Ong did? Sorry, Mr. make a mistake. You didn't tell me what's the mistake. You didn't tell me the mistake. 180 minus 105 is how many? 180 minus 105 is 75. Okay, you didn't tell me, right? You didn't tell me the mistake. Okay, so there is 75 degrees here. So what do? Go to the what? Go to the right hand side of the drawing. And this is what? This is your 75 Yep. Okay, 75 degrees. And if this is 105, this is 105, can you see that? Then the entire angle here, all right, the entire angle that you can see me drawing is also 105. So you take 105 minus 75. Okay, 105 minus 75, and your angle X is what? Your angle X will be 30 degrees. Okay, your angle X, this tiny angle here will be 30 degrees. Okay, so not quite easy, all right? Because why? Even if you know the method, you still need to think a little bit more. So your angle X is what? 30 degrees. Okay, 30 degrees. Clear? Okay, do you need me to go through again? Karina, are you okay? Do you need me to go through again? Okay, maybe Miss Nan just go through one more time, okay? Just to make sure you know. Okay, let me just go through one more time. Okay, let me go through because anyway, this is holiday, right? So you don't really have to sleep early. Okay, let me just go through one more time, okay? Just to make sure that everybody understand. So let's erase everything. If you haven't copied down, don't worry. Let's erase everything. So when you fold a paper, okay, when you fold a paper and you unfold it, there will be two shapes that look the same. Okay, two shapes that look identical. All right, this red color triangle and this other red color triangle. So these two triangles will look exactly, all right, exactly the same. Okay, the angles, then how about the angles inside? Now, if this is 20 degrees, then this side is 20, then the other angle here must also be 20. Okay, and if this is 55 degrees, which is over here, then on the other triangle, also the same. Okay, and can we find this angle here? So you take 180 minus 55 minus 20, and this angle will be 105. Okay, 105 degrees, and which is the same as this angle, which is also 105. Am I correct? Okay, so this angle is also 105. And how to find angle X, which is the green color angle? To find the angle X, you just look at the straight line. There's a straight line here, and you minus 105, angle on a straight line, minus 105, you get 75, right? 75 degrees. Then how do you get angle X? Then angle X will be what? You take 105, which is the same as this angle. So 105 minus 75, and you will get your angle X, which is 30 degrees. Okay, all right. So 105 minus 75, you get angle X, which is 30 degrees. So this question, okay, not really that easy. Okay, but I hope you understand now. Is it better now? So Rizky, do you understand, Rizky? Okay, all right, let's go on to the next one. Anything not clear? Ask me later, all right? We're gonna come to the QA session very soon. Okay, question 30, bar graph. Now, before you can solve the problem, you will need to put the numbers on the bar graph. So count the gaps, right? Count the gaps. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 gaps is how big? 100 minus 0 is 100. So one gap is 100 divided by 4, 25. Okay, so January has how many tablets? You take 500 and you minus 25, you get 575. And February has how many? Okay, you got to use a ruler. And this is a part where don't use your eyes. Okay, use your ruler and do this. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think Kayla want to tell me something. It's 475. Yes. Okay, Mr. knows the mistake. 475, not 575. Okay, now in the exam, take a ruler and use the ruler to find what is the number. So that is 525. Okay, and then March will be 600. And then April, we don't know, right? So now let's look at the question. The tablets sold in the month of April was 20% the total number of tablets sold over the 4 months. So which means that April is 20%. Everything is, the total is 100%. So this must be how many percent? 100 minus 20. Okay, so the first 3 months is 80%. And then you can add all the numbers together, right? 80% will be, you take 475 plus 525, right? 475 plus 525 plus 600, you get 1,600. And 20% is how many? Then you jump, all right? Do jumping. You can divide by 4. And then the other side, you also divide by 4. and you get 400. So how do you draw the bar? You have to draw until 400, which is over here. So is your bar drawn correctly? This is 400. Okay, do you draw correctly? Yep. Okay, any questions? And that's the end of the paper 1. Okay, any questions for this part? Any questions that you want to ask now? So do you count your marks? You can count your marks and see how many marks you get, right? How many marks you get for your paper 1.
We got another question.
Yeah, there's another question. So Mr. Ong don't want to take too much time to think about that because we still have to go through the what? St. Nicholas. Okay, but before we go to the St. Nicholas, okay, can we since there's not much time for me to think, okay, how about those of you who got the answer? Who got the answer? And then you tell me how you get the answer. That'll be quite interesting, right? So who got the answer? Anyone got the answer for this? And then you tell everybody how you get the answer. Anyone got the answer for this question? How about Alistair? For question number 26. Anyone who got the answer for this? Because we don't want to take time to think. Okay, Jordan raised hand, right, Jordan? Okay, maybe let Jordan say. Okay, Jordan.
I got 200 pi. Of course, I know, right? If the square is 196, right? And then the mini circle is like very less. So I guess it's 200. So that.
Okay, there's no guessing. You cannot guess. You have to work out. No guessing here. Okay, Alistair. Say, Alistair, what do you say, Alistair? Yeah, Mr. can't hear you.
No, I'm stupid, but
Oh, okay, I'll see you. Okay, see you. Anyone got the answer? Anyone got the answer for question 26? And then you want to share with everyone how you get the answer?
Teacher.
Yeah, Karina.
Mine is like the right angle, right?
Right angle.
It's 90 degrees.
Yeah.
90 times 4 because there's 4 right angle over there.
Yeah. Continue.
196 minus away the answer.
Okay. Now, Miss Song remember already. Okay, good try. Okay, now while Karina was thinking, Miss Song was solving. Okay, while Karina was saying that was a good try. Okay, I was solving. Okay, so how do you solve it? Okay, let me just erase everything. Okay, let me just erase. Okay, now, if you look carefully at the square, okay, the square. Let me just erase all this. Okay, erase all this thing. Erase. And there is a square. So what can we do? Can we find the one side of the square? So how do you find one side of the square? Something times something equal 196. Square has equal side. So you have to do some guess and check. Is it 11 times 11, 12 times 12, 13? Is actually 14 times 14. Okay, 14 times 14. Okay, all right. Okay, so this is 14, right? 14 times 14, right? Okay, I don't know whether can I get this. Okay, now if you look carefully, okay, I think it's not start again. Okay, then what do you do? All right, there are 4 triangles. So you take 196 and then you divide by 4 to get the area of one triangle, which is 49, right? 49. Okay, 49. Okay, so the area of one triangle is 49. Okay, let me just draw over here. Okay, over here. The area of one triangle is 49. And okay, and where is your 14? Your 14 is over here, right? 14. Okay, 14. I think it's a bit complicated. Okay, tell you what, Mr. will go through this next lesson because Mr. don't want to make it so complicated and then you are confused. So I will talk about this next lesson. Okay, so never mind about this question. Next lesson, we will talk about this. Yep, Caleb, you raise a hand.
I think I can put 1/4 of the square is 196 divided by 4 is 49.
Yeah, 49.
Then half times the radius times radius is 49.
Okay, so very good. So actually what Caleb is doing is a little bit of guess and check. Half times radius times radius.
Then I took radius times radius is 49 times 2 is 98.
Oh, okay, and then so what do you do?
Radius times radius is pi times 98, which is 98 pi centimeter squared.
Okay, and then what times 5 equal 98? Then you're stuck. Yeah, so that you're stuck there already. Yeah, so this is quite not an easy question. Okay, but never mind, okay? So why not you all think about it, right? Those of you who couldn't get the answer, you are stuck also, think about it for next week when you come back, then we will share, right? We will share how you get the answer, right? Mr. also stuck. Okay, I'm not, okay, I'm also stuck like you. So we're gonna go back and think about this question. And then when you come back next week, then let's see whose way of doing is easier, all right? Whose way is, which way of method, or what method is easier, then we all can learn. Okay, all right, so we are going to move on to the CHIJ paper, right? The CHIJ, and those who don't want to stay back for the CHIJ, you can leave. Okay, you can go back, and then those who want to look through your mistakes, all right, you can stay behind. Okay, so I will see you. Those of you who are leaving, okay, who are not staying back, I will see you the next lesson. Okay, goodbye. All right, who is staying back? Then you just hang around. Okay, just hang around here. Alistair, you're gonna hang around.
No, stop. I'm going to hang around for this, but you didn't get it correct.
I didn't get 30 correct.
Okay, for the CHIJ, right? So we are going to go to the CHIJ paper. Yoke, you have a question to ask, right? Yoke, Yoke left. Okay, never mind. Okay, all right. Now, can we look at the CHIJ? All right, and then we're going to run through the last 10 questions. Okay, the last 10 questions. Then Jordan, then you'll be the last one. Okay, for Jordan. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Karina.
My parents are my parents are like want me to go sleep because my little sister is shouting.
Okay, it's not compulsory, right? If you need to go and sleep, then you can sleep, right? It's not compulsory. All right, it's only for those who can stay behind to look at your mistakes because you don't understand, then you stay behind. Okay, not compulsory.
老师
Yeah, Alistair?
可以做30先吗？
Question 30. Okay, all right. Okay, let me just. Okay, we go through those questions that you need help, okay? Then then you can go and sleep early. Okay, then okay, the rest of you okay, just prepare. Okay, just wait a while first. Okay, give me a while first. Let me just switch. Okay, switch the screen. Okay, so Alistair is question 30, right? Question 30, wait, I cannot, give me a while. CHIJ, right? CHIJ, question 30. Okay, can see the screen? Question 30. Okay.
Yeah, send me question 30.
Question 30. Okay, then we all look at question 30 lah. Question 30, question 30. This one. Okay, this one is a bit similar to just now that one, but easier. Okay, this one is a little easier. And Caleb, you should be able to do this because it was in the level worksheets, right? It was in the level worksheets. Now the figure below is made of a square and a circle. O is the center of the circle. The diameter of the circle is 14 cm. Yeah, so this time you know the diameter, right? Diameter of the circle, which is okay, 14 cm, right? Then the radius must be, take the diameter divided by 2. Okay, what is diameter? Diameter is a line that cuts the circle into half. So there is also another diameter, and you cut it into half, that's also the radius. Got it? So how do you find the shaded area? Take away method. Find the circle area, take away the square area, take away method. So how to find the circle area? So pi r square. You must know your formula, pi r square. So what's your pi? Pi is 22/7, and what's the radius? 7 times 7. Pi times radius times radius. Okay, no calculator. So what do? Change the whole number into a fraction, divide by 7, and divide by 7. Okay, and then you multiply. Once you cannot cancel already, multiply the numbers, multiply the numerators, and then multiply the denominators, and you will get 1. So what's the area of the circle? That will be 154 divided by 1 is still 154. Okay, how do you get the square area? Okay, the square area, a little bit of what I showed you just now. You can actually find the area of one triangle, then times 4. Or you can play with the triangles. You can play with the triangles and become like this. You know, you can play the triangle. And this is your triangle that you see right over here. Can you see my triangle? Right? You can actually play with the triangle. Okay. And it will become something like okay, Mr. Kwan draw. Okay, let me draw a bit nicely. Okay, so you can combine the triangles. Okay, combine the triangles into what? Into a square, something like that. Okay, into a square. Okay, not so now. Okay, something like that. Okay, yeah, and then this is 7. This is 7. So you have two triangles that you can combine into a square, right? And what's the area of one square? 7 times 7, 49. Yeah. And there are two there are two triangles, right? There are two triangles that you can see, two triangles. And then you combine another two triangles. Okay, another two triangles, that will be the same as this one. So what's the area of all the triangles? So you just times 2. Because why? Because the square area is made of two triangles. Then there is another two triangles. So what's the area of all the four triangles? You take 7 times 7, 49. 49 times 2, that will be the area of the square. Area of the square. Yep. Do you understand? Okay, one more time. All right, one more time. You combine what? Combine the triangles to form a square. Okay, form a square. Right, form a square. Yep. Okay. And how many squares can you form with four triangles? You can form two squares with four triangles. And what's the area of one square? Which is 7 times 7, 49. There are two squares, so 49 times 2. And the area of all this will be how many? 98 cm square. And then how do you find the shaded area? Take away method. 154 minus 98, and what do you get? So 154 minus 98, and your answer will be what? 56. So the shaded area is 56 cm square. Now, what happens if you don't understand, or you find it very hard or not easy to do this? Then what do you do? Okay, I'm going to erase everything. Okay, erase everything. Then you do the simple way. All right, what is a simple way? Find the area of a triangle. Okay, find the area of a triangle. Half times base times height. Okay, half times base times height. But you can see there'll be more steps already. More steps. Then you must take 49 divided by 2. All right, so you do your working. 49 divided by 2, you will get 24.5. Okay, half times base times height. And then what do? There are four triangles. So you take 24.5 times 4. All right, 24.5 times 4, because there are four, okay, there are four triangles. Do you agree? Okay, yep. So find the area of one triangle, then later times 4. And if you times 4, you will get 98. Same, but it's a more working, right? It's a bit more working. Then you take the total area, which is the circle, and take away the square, and you still get the same answer. Okay, the same answer. So Alistair, do you understand, Alistair? Okay, but if you can play with the triangles, combine the triangles into a square, you can actually do faster, right? Do faster with lesser steps.
谢谢老师。
Okay, I'll see you the next time for Alistair, and then the rest of you, okay, we need to run through all the questions already, especially for Jordan, okay? All right, so you're gonna go through question 1, all right, all the mistakes, all right? If there's any mistake, you just raise your hand, but it's a good chance, all right, good chance to revise. And then Alistair, you can go already, right? No need to, yeah, and then Jared, if you need to stay behind, you can also stay behind. Okay, so we are going to run through, right, question 1, but I won't be going through everything. I'm just going to give you the answer, all right, give you the answer, and then if there's a mistake, then you just raise your hand. Okay, if there's a mistake. Okay, so check your answers, right, Caleb? And all right, so I'm just going to put down the answer there, and then you just have to tell me whether it's right or wrong. Okay, question 1, the answer is 3. And then question 2, the answer is 2.
Wait, I got question 1 wrong already.
Caleb, what happened, Caleb? This is
I think you put on your screen as number 4.
Oh, yeah. Miss Not look at the wrong answer key. Yeah, Miss Not look at the wrong answer key. That's why Miss Not was a bit shocked. Huh? Question 1 wrong already. Okay, then cannot. Question 1 wrong. Okay, question 1, the answer is 4. Okay, 4. So now do you get the answer correct?
Yes.
Yeah, finally. Question 2, the answer is 4. And then question 3, the answer is 2. Okay, no mistake, right? And Jordan got to raise a hand now if there's a mistake, because you have companions with you today, right? They are companions. You're not the only person. Okay, question 4, the answer is 1. Question 4, the answer is 1. Okay, question 5, the answer is 1. All right, and question 6. All right, question 6 is the next page. All right, no mistake. Question 6, answer is 3. And then question 7, the answer is 4. Okay, anyone needs help? How about Jared? Have you done the paper already, Jared? Okay, then you must do first before you can check. Okay, Jordan, you raise your
I
hand.
got question 8 a fluke.
Okay. So for question 8, okay, Caleb needs help for question 8. How about Jordan? You raise your hand.
Yeah. Just now when you go to the question 30, right?
Yeah.
Is it the CHIJ paper?
The question 30 was a CHIJ paper, yes.
I don't have question 30. I only have until 28.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Okay, question 8, Caleb has a mistake, right? So how do you change the decimal into a percentage? Change it into a fraction first. Okay, fraction. So what is your fraction? 1 and 7 over 10. Okay, there's a 1 whole and it's a 1 decimal place, so there's a 10 below, right? And then change it to improper fraction. So 1 times 10 is 10, 10 plus 7 is 17 over 10. And then make the denominator 100. Okay, so you have to always make the denominator 100 times 10 and then times 10. And you get 170 over 100. And once the denominator is 100, how many percent? 170%. Okay, so don't make any more mistake because this is quite common. We have done it quite a lot of times already. Okay, question 9. All right, question 9. Okay, question 9, the answer is 1. All right, question 9. No mistake. Then let's look at question 10. Question 10, the answer is what? The answer is, question 10, the answer is 3. Okay, question 10, the answer is 3. And then question 11, the answer is what? The answer is 4. All right, question 11. Any mistake? Lucky guess also have to raise hand. Jordan got mistake? Okay, it's okay if you have a mistake because tomorrow is not a school day. We can just have it a bit later. It's all right. Now, question 12, the answer is what? The answer is 2. Lucky guess, raise hand. Any mistake? Okay. All right. Okay, now question 13. Question 13, what's the answer? The answer is 4. Question 13. Okay, question 13 is 4.
Okay, any question 14?
Question 14. All right, question 14, your answer will be number 2. Okay, let's look at why number 2. Okay, now, at first, Xavier and Yaling were each facing a different direction. Xavier was facing west at first. Xavier made a 3/4 turn in the clockwise direction, and Yaling turned 135 degrees anti-clockwise, and both of them face the same direction. So what direction was Yaling facing at first? Now, it's going to be very hard if you don't draw. You don't have a compass for 2 persons. You need to draw a compass for each one, all right, for each person. So Xavier and then Yaling. So have a compass for Xavier. Okay, so you have north, south, west, and east, right? And this is Yaling, north, south, west, and east. Okay, you must have 2 compass, right? You can't do mentally, very hard. Now Xavier was facing west at first. Then you just do some highlighting. Xavier made a 3/4 turn clockwise. So this is 1/4, 2/4, and then 3/4. So where was he facing in the end? He was facing south, right? South. Yeah. And then Yaling turned 135 degrees anti-clockwise, and she also faced the same direction. Isn't that south? So where was she facing at first? Then you work backwards. And how to work backwards? Yaling turned 135 degrees anti-clockwise, so you have to work backwards. Anti-clockwise become clockwise, okay? So you have to draw 8-point compass, and you break up the 135 into 90 and 45. So from south, you go 90 and 45. So where was Yaling facing at first? Northwest. So lesson here is what? You have to draw your compass. You cannot do mentally. How to do mentally for this kind of question? Very hard. There are 2 persons. So you have to draw 2 compass for 2 persons, and then you do your drawing, and then you can see already. You understand? Okay, Wenrui, this is a CHIJ, right? The CHIJ, the last week paper.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So now I am question.
Okay. Which one do you need help for, Wenrui?
I need to know question 1 to 13.
Question 1 to 13. I thought someone gave you the. Okay, all right, okay.
I just think that.
Okay. Okay. Maybe when we were later on, I'll show you. Okay, so that the rest don't stay back for too long. Okay, but let's look at question 15. Right, 15. Okay, question 15. And what's the answer
Oh, I
first?
need 15 because it looks very weirdly
Yeah.
shaded.
Okay, question 15. The student has done something for you, but the drawing is the same. Okay, this is the this is the shaded part that you see. Okay, the shaded part is over here. So what fraction, okay, what fraction of the figure is shaded, which is the green color figure that you see. Now the length of AE is 3 times AB. So where's your AE? AE is here lah. AE 3 times, 3 units, and your AB must be 1 unit. So isn't that like a big square, right? A big square. Okay, now this is the lesson now. How to find how many squares make up this shaded figure. Okay, now there is a method here. There is a method. How to find how many squares make up this figure? Very simple. Okay, look carefully. Count the total square, which is 9 squares. Okay, you're going to use a takeaway method, right? How many squares make up the unshaded? How many squares? There is already 1 square here. 1 square unshaded. Okay, 1 square. There is half a square. Okay, there's a half a square unshaded. Okay, half a square unshaded. So you can put down half a square. Okay, and this is how many squares shaded? How many squares is this shaded? I mean, this is how many squares unshaded. You look at this unshaded triangle. What do? Form a rectangle. Okay, form a rectangle, and you will see that you have 2 squares make up the rectangle, and half the rectangle is unshaded. Can you see half the rectangle is unshaded? All right, so let me just show you a bit. Can you see half the rectangle is unshaded? And if the rectangle is made of 2 squares, then half the rectangle is how many square? Must be 1 square. All right, so the unshaded triangle here is 1 square. 1 square. This is 1 square, and this is half a square. Okay. All right. Then can you see? How about this very big? Wow, this very big triangle. So how many squares make up this unshaded triangle? Do the same thing. Form a rectangle. Okay, form a rectangle, and the rectangle is made of how many squares? 3 squares. And you cut the rectangle into half. So 3 squares divided by 2. That will give you 1.5 squares. So 1.5 square or 1.5 square make up this unshaded. Do you understand? 1.5 square make up this unshaded. Are you clear? Will we understand? 1.5 square make up the unshaded. Okay, then how about this one? How many square make up this triangle? That will be half a square, right? Half a square make up this triangle, right? Half a square. Okay, then how about this bigger triangle? How many squares make up this bigger triangle? Do the same thing, form a rectangle, all right? And this rectangle is made of 2 squares, and you cut it into half. So 2 square divided by 2 become 1 square. So this unshaded triangle is made of 1 square. 1 square that's unshaded. Okay, clear? Then you just add up all the numbers lah. Okay, so you have 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, right? 3. Okay, and then 0.5 plus 1.5 is 2.0. 2.0 plus 0.5 is 2.5. So how many squares make up the unshaded? That will be 5.5. Okay, 5.5 squares make up the unshaded. So now can we get the shaded? How many squares make up the shaded? You take away. Take 9 squares, which is the whole figure, and you take away 5.5 squares, and you will get 3.5 squares shaded. 3.5 squares shaded. So what fraction of the figure, which is how many squares? 9, is shaded? That will be 3.5 squares. Oh, but that's a funny fraction. So how do you get rid of the decimal? You just have to, very easy, times 2. to get rid of the decimal point. So 3.5 times 2 will be 7 out of 18. So what fraction of the figure is shaded? 7 over 18. So this is not an easy question. Yeah, but there's a method here. Okay, there's a way to do it.
The 3 out of 5 form.
Say again.
Where you get the 3 out of 5 from?
Where do I get the which one?
3 out of 5.
3.5 over 9, is it? 3.5 over 9. Okay, you have to count, you have to take the total square. Total figure is made of 9 squares, right? Total figure made of 9 squares. And how many squares make up the unshaded figure? How many squares make up the unshaded? Which is 5.5 squares make up the unshaded. And how do you get 5.5 squares? Can you see the steps in the middle? Right, you have to count all the squares that make up the unshaded triangles. All right, so you have 5.5 squares unshaded. Then you take all the squares minus 5.5 squares that are unshaded, and that's how you get 3.5 squares shaded. 3.5 squares shaded. Then you can get a fraction already. So what fraction of the whole figure is shaded? So 3.5 over 9. And what do you do with the funny fraction? You times 2. Okay, times 2 to get rid of the decimal point. So it becomes 7 over 18. Are you clear? Okay, Caleb, are you clear? Okay, Jordan, understand, Jordan? So this question 15 in the exam usually will be a little harder, usually. Okay, that's why I can see, wow, not so easy. Okay, can we go to question 16? All right, question 16 quickly, and let's run through the answers again. Okay, question 16. Okay, question 16, your answer is what? 5n plus 4. And how do you do this? Now, same thing. Because you haven't learned algebra yet, you do the same. Circle the groups, right? Circle the groups, right? And put the groups with the same kind together. So you have 8n, and then minus 3n. Put the groups with the same kind together. Then the whole numbers, put them together like this. And then you can solve already. 8 minus 3 is 5n, and then 9 minus 5 is 4. And that's how you get 5n plus 4. Okay, question 17, that's a divide. Question 17, that's a divide.
Oh, I put plus.
Yeah, it's
a plus.
Yeah, Wenrei.
For question 16, can I put 8n minus 3n minus 5 plus 9?
You can also, okay, what Wenrei say is, can I take 8n minus 3n, then minus 5 plus 9? Can also, but do you know how to do minus 5 plus 9? Minus 5 plus 9, very confusing, right? Then you just change the other way around. Then become 9 minus 5 long. All right, change the position of change this to, right, change it around. So just change it around like this. See, just switch it. That become easy already. Understand? Okay, question 17, what's the answer? The answer is 10 over 21. Okay, that is a divide, not a plus, cannot be a plus. P6 will be tested on how to divide fractions. Okay, now question 18. Question 18, you will get 5.065. Anyone has a mistake? No mistake? Okay, let's go to question 19. Okay, question 19, this is grouping method. Your answer will be 7.
Oh wait, 18 I got mistake. 18.
Okay, let's look at 18. Okay, 18. Okay, now how to do this? You break up. Okay, break up. Okay, then how to? Okay, or you can. There are so many ways to do it. Actually, there are many ways to get the answer. Okay, so for example, I can change it to what? I can change it to improper. So 5 times 200, that'll be 1,000. Then 1,000 plus 13 will be 1,013, and then divide by 200. Okay, because when you change into improper fraction, isn't that also dividing? When you change into improper fraction, that's also dividing. And then what do you learn about dividing? Break up into number bonds. Break up into number bonds. And then you take 1,013 divide by 2. So what is 1013 divided by 2? Okay, Miss Noy has to has to use. Okay, do your working. Miss Noy is we do a bit faster. So 1013 and then you divide by 2. Oh, you get a decimal. You get 506.5, and then you must divide by 100, and then you shift the decimal point to the left 2 times. So where is your decimal point? Over here. And that's how you get 5.065. Okay, that's one way. Okay, one way to convert to decimal. Okay. All right, question 19. Question 19, and answer is 7. Any mistake for question 19? No mistake. Okay, question 20. Okay, question 20. There's a shortcut for this also. So the answer is 64%. Anyone needs help? Nope. Then let's go to question 21, the 2-mark question. Okay, question 21 is your before and after, right? Before and after, so 96.
And
I got it wrong.
answer is what?
96. Okay, now then for Caleb, you will need to draw. If it's a before and after model, before and after problem, then you have to draw your model, and don't use a table method because
Question 19 and 20 answer is
okay, we will come back to that later. Okay, for Wenrei 18 and 19 later. Try to follow the lesson, right? Miss not don't want to go back, come right. Okay, now so for Caleb, you have to draw the model, right? And it's not very hard to draw like this. Okay, that's your first sentence. Can give away 37. So cut here 37, and then Luke will get 37, right? And how do their rectangle look like in the end? So the rectangle will look like what? Look like this. So the after, okay, in the after model, you can separate or you can join them together. Ken's rectangle will be until here, lesser now, and Luke's rectangle will be more. Luke will have more, something like this, right? Luke will have more already. So how many more stems they can have than Luke? That's your question mark, right? That's your question mark. See? Yeah, so it's not very hard to draw. Yeah. And do I want to use a table method? No, don't use a table method, because why? Table method is more for questions that are very hard to draw model. This is a paper 1 model drawing, so don't use table method. And what do you do next? You just cut it. All right, cut. This is what you do. You look carefully. Cut here, 37. Then what's the middle? What's the box in the middle? You take 170 and you minus 37, or is it? You take 170 and you minus what? Okay, be careful. Where is your 170? Okay, make sure you label correctly. You label correctly. So your 170 is over here. Make sure that's why you got to be careful. Your label must be clear. Your arrow sign must be clear. Otherwise, you get yourself confused. So the 170 is the black arrow. Okay, the black arrow. Okay, you take 170 and you minus 37, and minus 37, you get the middle number, which is 96. So this is 96, and you can actually cut some more. Do you know they can go to the after model and you can cut some more? Here, 37, here also 37, and then this box must be the question mark, which is 96. And that's how you do, without any steps. I mean, not really a lot of steps now. Okay, not really a lot of steps. Can you see what I'm doing? So method is model drawing. Okay, model drawing. Okay. So if I use a table method, it will make everything more complicated. Sometimes method will make it worse. If you choose the wrong method, it becomes worse. So model drawing is the better one because the question is not hard to draw. Okay, question 22, right? Question 22, quickly, what's the answer? Your answer will be, is the answer $5.90?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, Miss Long can't see the answer key clearly. Okay, $5.90.
I got it wrong, but I know the mistake already.
Okay, then we don't have to go through we know the mistake. Okay, Wenrei, what do you say, Wenrei?
Actually, question 21 after model. I copied the before one anyway.
You got what?
Huh?
Okay, Wenrei, what do you say? Miss Long can't really understand what you're saying.
I need to copy question 21 after model. I'm done with
Okay,
it.
all right, so hurry, after model. Wow, this is like a Is this like a one whole lesson, 1 hour 45 minutes lesson? Oh, okay, must collect money already. Okay, all right, the next lesson, we will keep the 1 hour lesson, okay? Today is a bit longer because you have to go through the last week paper.
Done.
Okay, let's go to question 23, all right? Question 23, okay, what's the answer? The answer will be 1.4. I think it's 1.4, right? Anyone needs help? 1.4? Nobody. Nobody. Okay. Then question 24, your answer will be 104 degrees. Okay, 104 degrees.
Okay, this one I got careless, but I understand also.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jordan, you need help, Jordan?
Yeah.
Okay, because you must have seen something like a straight line, or is it a straight line? W, Y, and XZ are straight lines. Okay, and C is twice of B. Do you put down something like that? Yeah, you got to put down something like that. A is equal to 24 degrees. And where are the straight lines? Take a highlighter, all right? Take a highlighter and highlight the straight line. Okay, can you see the straight line? And there's also another straight line. Oh, see, highlight. Okay, and what is angle C? Okay, can find already, yeah? How do you find? You take 24 degrees plus 1 unit plus 2 unit, and the angles are all on the red line, right? So they will add together, become 180. So what is 3 unit? So 3 unit will be 180 minus 24, you get 156, right? Then you find 1 unit, which is 156 divided by 3, which is 52 degrees. Then what is angle C? Angle C got 2 units. So 52 times 2, 104. Yeah, so it's not really very hard. All right, so you can see that what must you do? You have to highlight the straight lines. Okay, highlight the straight lines and then put the 2 unit. Okay, put the 2 unit inside the diagram. You understand? All these are important. These are clues. These are little things to help you to work out the answer better. Okay, copy down quickly. Okay, let's go on to the next one already. Okay, next one, question number 25. There's a method here. Okay, the answer is 15. Jordan has a mistake.
I got wrong also.
Okay, what method is this?
Average
SS
model.
and
No,
shortage.
shortage,
Yeah, SS and shortage model. So the method is model. And this is also average, right? How do you know it's average? Mr. Slim wants to give some biscuits to all her pupils. If each pupil receive 4 biscuits, isn't that average? So you have average model, right? So, and then she will have 39 biscuits left. Okay, now look at how you draw. Not hard to draw. This rectangle represents all the biscuits. Cut the first box and the last box. All right, everybody gets 4 biscuits. All right, and the last person also get 4 biscuits, and there are some biscuits left over. So this is the excess. Okay, the excess. Do we know how many pupils are there? We are not sure. Okay, this is your average model. Okay, your average model. So you have the first box, the first person, and the last box, the last person, and then there are 39 biscuits left. All right, then what do you do next? Now, if one pupil receives 7 biscuits, she will need 6 more biscuits. So what do? Draw a same rectangle because that is the biscuits that she has, and she doesn't have enough shortage. So this is your shortage. So you will need to draw an invisible box. And the first person will get how many? Will receive 7. And the last person is where? Now the last person is somewhere here. Okay, the last person is somewhere here. Okay, the last person. But this last person doesn't have enough. Okay, right? So the last person is somewhere at the end of the rectangle. Okay, and do we know how many pupils are there? We are not sure. So dotted line. So how many pupils are there in, right? How many pupils are there? Question mark. And your model is done. Yeah, how many pupils are there? Yeah, that's the model already. Okay, now look carefully. This is how you do. Listen carefully. First person, same person. Okay, same person. Last person, and where is the last person? The last person is somewhere at the end of the rectangle. Somewhere, okay, somewhere there. Take your pencil and draw a dotted line to show where is the last person. Take your pencil again and show where is the same last person, same person. Okay, and in between the two dotted lines, that will give you how many? That will give you 39 plus 6, 45. Now, why? Why do you do that? Because if you look at the average, everybody has 4. Now, everybody needs to have 7. So each person must get how many more? Each person must get 3 more. 3 more. But where to take from? Where to take from? Which part of the model do you take 3 more to give everybody so that everyone has 7? Where do you take from? You take from here. Okay, take from here. Okay, can you see the 45 there? So you take 45 biscuits, and then what do you do with it? You can give to everybody 3 more. So you must have given to how many person? You must have given away to 15 pupils, right? So your answer is 15. Do you understand how to draw? Do you understand how to draw? And how do you double check? Do you know how to double check? It's very easy to double check, right? If there are 15 pupils, everybody gets 4. 15 times 4, 60, and there will be 39, right? 39 left. So that'll be 99, right? Okay. So she must have 99 biscuits. All right. If she wants to give everybody 7 biscuits, then 15 times 7, right? 15 times 7 is 105, but she is short of how many? She is short of 6. So you minus 6, and she only has how many? Same. Right? Can you see same? Right? That's how you check to see whether your answer is correct. So there must be 15 pupils, right? 15 pupils. So what model do you call it? Yeah, you're right. Excess and shortage model. It is also called the average model, right? Average model. Okay, now question 26, coming to the end soon already, right? Question 26, and your answer will be what? 22 degrees. Okay, question 26. All right, anyone needs help? Okay, Caleb, Wenrei, Jared? No mistake, then let's go to the next, yeah, Jordan?
No, it's 22 degrees, not 22%.
Oh, 22 degrees, yeah. Okay, correct, 22 degrees Celsius. Okay. Yeah. Okay, question 27. Right, question 27. What fraction is that? That is 7 over 15. All right, 7 over 15. Any mistake? Okay, then let's go to question 28. Okay, question 28, very wordy.
Okay, I need 28.
Okay, now is this what? Is this a before and after problem? Yeah, they can draw your model, right? Before and after model, right? Wei Ming had 1/4 as many blue as green. At first, that's the before. After he bought 12 blue and gave away 12 green, what happened to the ratio? The ratio of the blue in the end to the green in the end was 1:2. So how many marbles did Wei Ming have all together in the end? Okay, now, yeah, Jared, you raise a hand.
But I will do the ratio method where I use the ratio difference, which means the difference will not change.
Correct, yeah. So this is a before and after problem. What is unchanged? There are 4 answers. Total unchanged, difference unchanged, 1 person unchanged, or everything changed. So you need to answer correctly. He bought 12 blue and he gave away 12 green. So in the end, the total is still the same. Right, the total is still the same, not the difference the same. The total is still the same. I give away, I bought 12 marbles and then I give away 12 marbles. Like there's no difference. I mean, there's no change in the total. So the total is still the same, right? And if the total is the same, then what do we do? Well, when you draw the model, this is how you draw. Before, okay, Wei Ming, and Wei Ming has 1/4 as many blue as green. So you will need to label blue, green, 1, and 4. Okay, you can draw a model, you can use ratio method. And then what happened? He bought 12 blue and gave away 12 green. And then what happened to the after? So how do you draw the after model? The blue marbles become longer, right? I don't know how you draw, become something like that. And then what happened to the what? What happened to the green marbles? The green marbles become shorter. okay, become shorter, something like that. Okay, yeah, is it something like that? Oh, let me see. The ratio of the blue to the green was 1:2. Blue to the green was 1:2. Okay, so my model is a bit need to adjust. So when you draw your model, you may need to adjust. So something like that. Okay, I don't know. All right, so something like that. Yeah, something like that. Okay, the blue is the green. So what happened to the blue rectangle? The blue rectangle become longer because you bought more. Okay, you bought more blue marbles. And the green rectangle becomes shorter because you gave away 12 green. And what happened? Then you have okay, you have something like that. Okay, something like this. Okay, something like this. So 1:2. Okay, but what is still the same? The total, right? The total is still the same. So there are 5 boxes here. There are 3 boxes there. What do? Make them equal. Do you know why the total is still the same? Because he gave away 12 blue, he bought 12 blue, and then he gave away 12 green. So it's the same number bought and given. So total is the same. So you times 3 and times 5, you get 15. Okay, so you cut it into 15 boxes. All right, so let's cut it into 15 boxes. So this will be 3. All right, all this will be, every box will be 3 units. This will be 5, 5, and 5. Yep. Okay. So how many marbles did he have all together in the end, which is the total unchanged? So very easy. So you compare the blue, for example. How many blue marbles, how many units of blue marbles did he buy? 2 units more. Okay, he bought 2 units, which is 12 blue. So 1 unit must be 6. So altogether, how many units are there? So they are all together 15, right? 15 units. So if there are 15 units, so 15 times 6, and your answer will be 90, right? Okay, how do you get 2 units? Because he bought 2 units of blue marbles, which is also 12 blue marbles. So 1 unit is 6, then 15 units will be 15 times 6, 90 marbles.
Do I get 1 mark for writing 1 unit?
I think so. Yeah, you may get 1 mark. Okay, all right, copy down quickly. Yeah, the answer key is correct, right? Answer is correct. Okay, let's go to question 29. 2 more questions and we are done already, right? 2 more questions. Okay, well, this is the longest. Okay, the paper 1 lesson today is the longest. Okay, oh dear. Okay, we are not going to have so long next time already, just only 1 hour only. Okay, question 29. Copy down already? Question 29. And okay, this one is a pattern problem. So what's the answer for this? 51. Do you get 51? Yeah. Okay, anyone needs help? Nobody needs help. Okay, let's go to question 30, last one. Question 30, your answer is, oh, we got that. Yeah, 56. Okay, all right. Okay, anyone needs help?
I need copy.
Okay, so for Wenwei, you came, I don't know whether you were around when we go through this lesson. You find the circle area, then you find the square area. And how do you find the square area? You can find the area of 1 triangle, which is half times base times height, or half times 7 times 7. All right, how do you get 7? Because the diameter is 14. Cut the diameter into half. That's how you get the radius of the circle, which is also the base and the height of the triangle. Then you find the area of 1 triangle. Okay, find the area of 1 triangle. And then later, what do? You times 4 to get the area of 4 triangles, which is the square inside. And then how do you find the shaded area? You take the circle minus the square. You get the shaded, which is 56 cm square. Okay, well, right, yeah, you raise your hand. Any question? Okay, so okay, so we are done. We are done with these 2 papers. So when you watch the video for this lesson, you'll find that there are 2 papers inside. Okay, the SCGs and also the CHIJ paper in this video. Okay, yeah. Any questions for today before you go back? No questions. Okay, now there's 1 question that we haven't gone through, so we will go through that next lesson. All right, but go and think about it. Think about how to solve that question, right? That question that Mr. Ong got stuck. Yeah, so it's okay to get stuck. Mr. Ong is not embarrassed to say that I'm stuck. All right, so just go back and think about it.
Actually, Actually, the question you're stuck at, right? The answer key says is 98 pi.
98. Okay, can we, if you're still around, if you're still able to hang around, okay, hang around. Let's look at that question, right? Mr. is quite interested in that question. What is the answer key saying? Find the area of the circle. Yeah, the answer key put 98, is it? 98. But I don't know why.
98 pi centimeter square.
Pi? Oh, give your answer in terms of pi. In terms of pi. Okay, but Mr. still have to know how you get 98 pi. Okay, so what happened is go back home and think. All right, go and think about this question, and then see whether you have a very easy way to get the answer. And then next week we will compare. Okay, all right. Any questions? No questions. Then we will continue the next Monday. All right. So goodbye. See you next week.
Bye.
Right. Goodbye.
Mr. Ong.
Yep. Caleb.
Do you want me to take a picture of the answer key?
Oh, Mr. has the answer key. No, I have the answer key, and the answer key is question 26, right? Question 26. The answer key is what's the answer key? The answer key is 98 pi centimeter square. But I'm not looking at the answer key to know how to do lah. Besides trying to think of an easier way, right? Besides always thinking of easy way, right? Easy way to get the answer, not the complicated way. Okay, if there's no question, then we will continue next week. All right. So goodbye, everybody. See you next week. All right. Okay. Goodbye. Bye, Wenrei. Bye, Jared. And bye, Caleb. Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye. Okay. Bye, Jared. You're the last one here already.